And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I have been meaning to do this video for a little while now. We've done this 3 times. The Acklay is something that a lot of people think they have the tools for and they want to be able to beat, but there is definitely a specific kill order strategy, modding, and specifically which gear 12 plus pieces that you should be using. So what we're going to do is first I'm going to go over the team that I used, kind of how they're modded, my thought process on their gear, and then we're going to go into the battle and we're going to watch it frame by frame. We're going to kind of analyze it. I'm going to tell you kind of what to do or not to do with that. Now, you do not have to have a Gear 13 GeoBrute Alpha, but if you do, when he populates his tank that he generates, the tank will be a Gear 13 tank. The tank can die and will come back to life, and he's going to help with the balancing of health and protection across all. So for me, it is really important that if you can get him to Gear 13, you do, because then the tank that he populates or generates in the ally slot is going to have the same the Gear 13 stats. This is really, really important for durability. Also, for the damage output, I do recommend the second his leadership Zeta, but the second Zeta. The first one's the most important, and that is that you start with an auto-taunting tank, and that's on his unique. As far as the Gear 12 Plus, you can look and see what I've got. Gear 13 on GeoBrute, GeoSpy, Sunfac, Poggle, and GeoSoldier. You don't have to have all of the Gear 12 pieces to the left. They are all beneficial, and I have most of them for ships because I use these guys and had used these guys in ships. But the one piece I would recommend you putting on all of your characters when you go in here is actually this furnace, the Gear 12 Plus furnace. They all have it. It's 6,500 health, additional speed, armor, and resistance. This is going to help boost everybody's health because there's equalization of health and protection. And so it's going to make him faster, which can't hurt, and it's going to give him equalization of health. There's 6,500 health there, and every one of them has a furnace that you can put on. So when you put, 6,500, 6,500, 6,500, all of a sudden, just between a few of these, you've got almost 25,000 additional health to have in your pool for that equalization. That's why the tank Gear 13 is really important as well. So those are the ones I'd recommend. You can see I did it without the furnace on GeoSoldier, but it is really recommended. So there was one piece of gear I would focus on. It's 4 furnaces if you can get it, and Gear 13 GeoBrute Alpha. As far as the modding goes, this is pretty simple. I personally don't like moving mods all the time. I don't like having to take like arena mods and move them over here and this and this. So I just try to mod characters as best I can with what I have available. So for him, we went ahead and went with a critical chance and critical damage set. I've got him to 269 speed, which may sound really good, but I can actually get him to like 300 speed pretty easily with arena mods. So he's actually kind of slow in comparison to arena mods, and he's 150,000 health and protection. We used a speed arrow. We used a crit damage triangle, protection and protection. And the reason why I like the protection is it goes really far, and it's going to be disseminated amongst the entire group of individuals. Let's go to GeoSpy. And GeoSpy, the mods I have on GeoSpy probably don't really look like they make much sense because the crit chance I don't have a complete set of. I only have the crit damage, and I have a speed on here, and then I have crit damage here, and then I have offense because he does a lot of damage, and I have health to help with equalization. I had protection on the first and the tank, and then I have health on GeoSpy to help with the health pool that they're going to share. On Sunfac, I am using a tenacity set, a defense set, and then a nothing set because I don't have it completely set up perfectly. I have protection here, defense, which he gets, and it will mitigate the amount of damage he's doing, and he can taunt and help take some of the AI isn't really very smart, and they're going to target tanks, and sometimes they hit one tank, sometimes they'll hit a different one, which will help spread the damage out. If they target a tank down, they can kill that specific tank. So sometimes having a second tank taunting is good. And then I've got tenacity here as well. And then I've got protection for the protection pool. This isn't perfect modding by any standard. This is just what I have and what I'm able to use. I do suggest as much protection and health for all of these guys as possible. And Sunfac should be bringing in the majority of the protection and health with the other tank. Then for Poggle the Lesser, my mods kind of leave something to be desired. I have a crit chance, potency, and health set. He's probably the worst modded, but he was also the last added to the team. I have a speed arrow. I have crit chance on there, tenacity, and protection. And Geo Soldier, I used to use him quite a bit, haven't used him in a long time. Critical damage, critical chance, just like Spy. He's going to be a damage dealer with speed on the arrow, crit damage on the triangle, and protection. So a very similarly modded character to Geo Spy or your leader, the Geo Brood Alpha. You're going to want at least 100 plus speed on all the characters if possible. Not all the characters that I have were able to get 100 plus speed, but if you can get that, that's important. But like I said, it's all about durability of the team, and so those furnaces are really going to go a long way. And then if you add a lot of protection and health primaries, basically every circle or plus on all your characters, have them be health and protection. And if by chance you can take one of them to gear 13, take Geo Brood Alpha, and if you can do the 2 Zetas, do those. Now let's go ahead and go into the battle so we can really analyze the battle and how all of that goes. Okay, so you can see the team. It's they're all gear 12 except for Geo Brood Alpha is gear 13. And I'm just going to pause it anytime I have something to say about the particular kill order or anything like that. So we're going to play it out. Here he is, crazy, crazy loud, screaming at me, pretty upset. There's going to be 4 Jedi, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Those are randomly generated Jedi, and every time he brings more Jedi to this, he's going to bring another random generation of Jedi. So it really doesn't matter, but you have to know the Jedi. So the Jedi to the left are going to be, both of them happen to be AoE experts. AoE meaning they're going to hit everybody. When you have an entire group that's equalizing health and protection, if they hit everyone, it hurts everyone because it reduces all health and protection across the board. So the 2 that you're going to be concerned about is the basically the calamari guy to the left, and then the Sentinel, the Jedi Sentinel, who's to the left as well with the dual yellow sabers. Now the issue with the Sentinel is he goes stealth, which makes it very difficult for it to target him. And then while he's in stealth, he'll hit you with his AoE and kill everybody. And so it makes it very difficult to get him. And so the 2 to the left currently are the 2 that do AoE, and those are the 2 that I have to take out, or ability block. Now there's 2 different things to think about. If you take them out and kill them, the Acklay will actually do more damage to you, because the Acklay is increases in offense based on how many Jedi are gone. So the goal ultimately would be to keep all 4 Jedi on the board if possible, and simply ability block the characters to the left, the Jedi to the left that do AoE. If you could do that, then you can keep the Acklay from really doing much damage at all. Now the first thing I do, you'll notice, is my Geo Brood Alpha calls his guy in, which the guy's already there, the tank is already there, so it's just going to boost him up, give him offense up, and we're going to go after the Acklay. The first thing we're also going to do is make sure that we take the Acklay's enrage off. The Acklay starts in enrage, and your leader and leader only has the ability to take him out of enrage. It's a new ability that's given to your guy. So there goes an attack. We put tenacity down on him, and if you notice, the Jedi are helping attack the Acklay, so they can help, and they will reduce, if they're on the board, his offense. So you really don't want to kill the Jedi if possible, but you will kill some of them sometimes. It's just how it happens. Now, anytime you get Geo Soldier to call an assist, call Spy to go and assist. He's your other massive damage dealer that you've got. So I'm going to call the Spy, and of course, everyone attacks. So here we go. I'm targeting the Acklay, and it looks like that I'm going to call Spy to assist. And here we go. And it takes kind of a long time. Now he does that AoE and you notice it damaged everybody, and you can see everyone's now down about 30%. So what I'm going to do is the guy taunts. I'm going to go ahead. This is going to dispel and ability block this guy who does AoE. So we ability block and we stop him from that. Now my idea was to use Spy's ability that takes people out of stealth, because you can see the Sentinel, who can do an AoE, is under stealth. His ability where Spy looks left and right actually takes everybody out of stealth, which is key. They put that specifically in the rework specifically for this. So you'll see that he comes out of stealth. The only problem is my bugs go too crazy and they end up killing this Mon Calamari guy, which is fine because bottom line, he does an AoE, and if he's gone or ability blocked, I don't have to worry about the AoE killing me. So you can see we take him out. Then I moved over to the Sentinel. Now I really want to ability block the Sentinel. I don't need to kill him, and so I'm going to try to ability block him, but the special damage that I get off this is pretty high. So I move over and I attack the Acklay. And the reason is that middle attack is the attack that ramps up in offense and eventually will be hitting for, 150 to 200,000 by the end. So I retargeted him. I will come back to the Sentinel though and try to ability block him here in a minute. And sometimes you have to decide, do you want to do a massive attack or do you want to try and do kind of a side attack, a basic? And so I did the offense up and I got the ability block. Now, obviously he almost died, but I want to keep him on the board if possible. So he's luckily didn't die. And now I can go back and focus on the Acklay. So we just basically use the special. We're just going after him. We're just trying to kill him. Even if he hits people like that, it's not a big deal. Let the Jedis do their thing. You can use Sunfac's special, which puts blind, shoot, and it blinds the target, which is really great because the next time he tries to hit us, he's going to. You'll notice too, basically full health and protection. The Jedi is ability blocked, and we've got almost all the protection down. So this is going exactly according to plan. So we'll do a basic. We get all the assists, and I actually use the special to take days off of my character. Remember that Poggle has that. Poggle can cleanse the team. So if you get somebody who's dazed, who you really need to hit, or you really need to not have a debuff on, you can always cleanse that with Poggle. He's there to make sure that, daze isn't on all your characters, because the whole point of this team is about doing all the mass attacks. So there's another daze. And at this point, I have to decide, am I going to use a basic or am I going to use his AoE? The problem with the AoE is that it's going to kill the Sentinel, and I don't necessarily need to kill the Sentinel right now. So I'm just going after trying to get the health pool down, and I'm not worried about the other Jedis. Those Jedis do single target hits, and they're not that bad. I do have the days that I will want to take off, and that, by the way, Jedi Consular is good because he brings back health, and he brought the Sentinel's health back up. That's great. The only problem is right now is he's under stealth, and I need to be able to ability block him or kill him, whichever, before he does his AoE, because his AoE is going to kill your characters. We're going to keep going after the Acklay, and he hits him, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and try and get the ability block, which will probably kill. So we're going to go over and do the subjugate on him, because again, I'm trying not to kill the Sentinel. He does do damage to the Acklay. So we're going to go ahead and do the ability block, which kills him. And side effect, he's either ability blocked or killed. That's fine. Also, the Acklay is going to bring back more Jedi, and that's okay. But at least I don't have to worry about him throwing the AoE and killing all my characters. I do now have Spy's ability to take everyone out of stealth, which is too bad that I didn't have that, but we're just going to keep going. We can hit him with the special, which is a large hit. It's a nice high damage hit. So we use the high damage hit, and the Acklay is very tanky. Of course, call assists, always call Spy. You're going to get a lot of damage out of Spy, plus everybody else is called to assist. We've got days out there. That's all right. We're just going to keep going. Now, he is going to go... The Acklay is going to go back into enrage mode. You got to pay attention to the triangle over his head. And remember, your leader has to stay alive so he can take or dispel that off. So basic ability, and everybody's going to be called to assist. We're going to use the third ability just to put offense up and call the assist. And there he regenerated. Now, he regenerated a couple of new guys, and there's only one that I'm concerned about, and that is the Sentinel to the far left. The Sentinel is the only one that I'm concerned about. And I'm almost full health and protection, and the Acklay, again, is down to about a quarter of what he normally has for full health and protection. So we're doing pretty good so far. He is enraged, and so this is important that we go after him and dispel him. The problem is we can't dispel the enrage except for with our leader. So for now, we're going to go ahead and do a special shot to the Sentinel, and if it doesn't kill him, we're going to get the ability block. And that's the thing. We really want to be able to get ability block on him, which we did. And leaving the Jedi there to help us attack is great. That's a huge attack. Now, this is why my leader was not able to get to the point of dispelling his enrage yet. We have to be able to survive an attack from an enraged Acklay. This is where those furnaces are going to make the difference between people dying or people surviving to be able to continue fighting the Acklay. So we're just going to keep going after the Acklay. Again, we have the Sentinel ability blocked. So we're just going to keep going after him. Now, his ability block did come off. We just took the Acklay out of, with the leader, out of the enrage. So we're in the clear there. We just have to make sure that none of the Jedis do an AoE on us. So we go back over to the AoE Jedi, and we're going to try to ability block him. But the good news is it, we do a lot of damage when we do an AoE. So we go ahead and do that. We wanted to try and put the damage on the Acklay first. I will tell you that if you kill the Jedi or if you ability block him, that's what you want. You have to kind of balance the odds as to whether you think you're going to be able to survive another round or kill the Acklay, because the Acklay just has a lot of regenerative properties with protection. So I did not ability block the Sentinel, and I do believe the Sentinel gets an AoE off because of it. So that was a spot I probably would have chosen to stop and actually ability block him or kill him. But you also have to remember there's the AoE. So I could have blocked that by attacking him earlier and putting ability block on him. Luckily, everybody's health and protection was high enough, but there was that one moment where I went for the Acklay instead of the Jedi, and I should have just kept ability block on the Jedi. The thing is when the Jedi are there, the Acklay does less damage, so it's kind of a mix, but you really want to keep that ability block on the Acklay. And so here we go. We're just going to finish him off. We're regenerating health and protection, so we're looking pretty good. The only one Jedi that had an AoE's already used it, and so we're just going to finish off the guy by using the AoE. We're going to go ahead and just use the mass hit, and that mass hit from Spy is what finished him off. That was a really, really huge hit. So it didn't even crit. It was pretty big though. So that's how you do it, you guys. Basically, bottom line, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try and get the furnaces on Gear 13, double Zeta, put some decent speed, get some health and protection on the pool, and make sure you ability block any of the Jedi that do AoE damage. If you can't ability block them, just kill them, and then make sure that you get enrage off of him both immediately from your leader, which is why a fast leader is important, and then as soon as he goes back into enrage, that your leader has the ability to take that away as well. With him in enrage hitting your team and with the Jedi doing an AoE, it is definitely enough damage across the board to all your members to really wipe your team. So you got to keep them under wraps and in control or dead. So either kill them or ability block them. But the more Jedi you can keep on the board, just simply ability blocked, the less damage the Acklay does. I really hope this helps you guys earn your rewards for your guild. And as always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.